Hi
Hello.
there.
Hey, Ricky.
Hey guys. I'm getting you guys all set up and ready to go. I believe you guys have a presentation, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. And Ashley is part of your group, correct?
Yeah, she's coming. She said she's coming. I just got off the phone with her.
Perfect. Just want to make sure she's allowed to talk as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
And how do I share my screen?
no problem. Go ahead and do you see at the bottom
I
share
have
screen?
chat and raise hand.
Oh, really? I gave
Yeah.
access to, yeah, all panelists should have access. So
Okay.
you should be good to go. You might need to refresh the page. I don't know, but you should be able to share.
It only says chat and raise hand. Let me maybe log out and log back in.
Mhm. Oh, wait, I think I see it now. Give me a moment.
Mine says chat and raise hand too.
Allow to talk and more. Promote the panelists. There you go. There's one. Then Ashley. You guys should have access now. All right. Perfect. Can you guys see it? Can you guys share your screen? Perfect. Awesome. Perfect. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Zooming, or welcome to the We Video Creator Community Summit of 2021. I'm glad you're all able to join. Just want to introduce Ashley and Stephanie, who will be having the session on Zooming on SEL. So feel free to go at it. Have fun. And I'll be monitoring the chat as well. And you're muted, Stephanie.
Man, every time in like 20 whatever year this is, because it's been such a long year in this pandemic, I feel like I've been on mute. So hello everyone, welcome to Zooming in on SEL, and I'm so excited to present this session with, I feel like, my superstar or superhero, I don't know, but Ashley, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself first.
Well, my name is Ashley, and I have been loving all my time with Stephanie this summer. I think we work together almost every day. It's ridiculous. But we are very excited to connect with you today. We both work in Pickerington. I'm a middle school counselor. And Stephanie, what do you do in Pickerington?
I'm a tech coach. And so when We Video was like, can you present a session? And I was like, well, what do you need? And they were like, SEL. And I was like, well, you don't want me to do SEL. So I'm going to invite Ashley on because she's amazing. And she's a counselor and she works with students and she helps teachers and everybody kind of feel happy and build that SEL environment in our district. And so yeah, we're here and we're ready to co-present. So I really hope you have a fun time during this session and you learn a lot.
So here is our map today for our time together. We are going to look at a map for students for their social emotional learning. We're also going to use We Video to create GIFs and videos for SEL exploration. Yes, that means you're going to get creative and you're going to make some GIFs and you're going to make some videos and you're going to love it. You will also leave with resources that you can use right away for your students. So yes, free stuff, take advantage and really enjoy all the materials that will be shared in here.
And we shared the links for the slides and just some other resources. If you want to follow us on Twitter or have a follow-up conversation, the best way is to DM us. So Ashley threw that into the WOVA chat. So it's all over there if you need any of the resources throughout this session. And so again, like Ashley said, you are going to be logged in. You're going to actually do some of the activities with us. So go head over to Weave Video and log in. So in another tab, you will want to be logged into Weave Video. If you're new to Weave Video, welcome. I know they are giving, I think, everybody a couple free trial period of time where you get the unlimited or the premium features of Weave Video. So you will need to log in, and then we'll go ahead and kind of talk about our first type of activities that we're going to work on.
So here's the map to organize our time together. We will be exploring 6 different sections related to SEL, or social emotional learning. There's rate it section, reflect, cope, take a break, calm space, and be inspired. Let's get started. The first section is rate it. And in this section, we're going to show you some examples of rating scales that you can use to get your students talking. I don't know about you, but sometimes my students are really quiet, don't want to participate or share with me how they're feeling, even though I'm the counselor. So I get creative with them, and this is a rating scale that can be used to help them identify their feelings. They look at the scale at the different numbers, the emotions, and the emojis, and they identify what number they feel like today. And you'll notice on this scale, it's been more personalized because Stephanie and I created those GIFs in Weave Video. We will show you how to create those GIFs, but not yet. It's coming up soon. All right, the next rating scale also uses GIFs directly from Weave Video, where we used animals to help students, or it could be staff members too. I know Stephanie's really good at posting this stuff on Twitter to ask people how they're feeling. So don't just use it with students, use it with your staff members as well to check in and see how they're feeling. And they can identify what animal they feel like today or what number they feel like. Again, these are all GIFs created from Weave Video. And the last rating scale uses audio. So students can listen to the sounds or music to identify how they feel. These audio clips were created from Weave Video, and it just gives them a different way to connect with their emotions, identify them, and say, hey, yeah, I'm feeling calm. And this audio clip really captured the emotion I have today with feeling calm. On these templates, oh, are you playing the sounds for us?
I just wanted to do a sample.
Yeah. Which one are you going to do?
I did sad, but I'm really not feeling. Let's do calm.
Oh, I'm not feeling sad either. Oh, that was
you can
nice.
kind of see real quickly.
Oh, I love that one.
Decide what feeling they're at.
How could you not feel happy after listening to that?
Mm-hmm.
So those are audio clips to connect with feelings. You'll notice on those 3 rating scales that we showed you, there is a section where students can, or staff members can make their own. On the bottom, it says make here, and it gives them a reminder of what they're making, whether it's audio or a GIF or a video. And this is the template that it looks like when it opens it up, where they could add their emotion right in the template. Oh, and there's Stephanie. You're looking so happy today, Steph.
I know. I'm gonna have to make a new one though for today's session.
Yeah.
And I think too, so sometimes we have kids that will really quickly pick how they're feeling, and they'll do that maybe on a Jamboard, or they'll do it on a Google form, and they'll pick what number on how they're feeling. And another way is you can have a shared slide deck, and then you're able to have all of that information. And you can kind of have them create their own GIFs. And then sometimes I like to take these GIFs and create another rating scale for the next day. And you can, and the kids think it's so funny because then they see their friends and all that kind of stuff in the next day's check-in. And they always love that. Okay.
It's very validating too to share these emotions, because maybe the way that somebody is feeling, the other students in the class can be more understanding that day if they're having a really tough morning or something happened at home that was hard for them. So it helps just create a more inclusive and positive culture in your classroom when you're talking about these emotions. It's very validating. Oh, I think it's time to demo. So we're going to go through and show you how to make the different GIFs or audio so that students would then know how to respond for you based upon the given rating scale. All right, do you want me to demo stuff, or are you going to go through?
We can kind of go through together, but when you're on the WeVideo home screen, this is kind of like the dashboard that I always kind of have students start at. Also, I'm not really sure where we're supposed to be chatting at, if it's WOVA or in the Zoom chat. So I'm going to kind of put the links in both places because I feel like there's people all over the place, which is totally okay. But I just wanted you guys to know that the links for the slides are now in the Zoom chat as well, in case anybody needed them. So right here where there's the create new, this is where students have to decide, do they want to create a GIF or are they going to be doing a audio? So that would be more of a podcast. So that's where we do like the sounds. So if you're doing that kind of sounds, you would pick podcast. If you're doing just a quick GIF where you're showing your emotion or getting an animal's emotion, you would pick GIF. These two right here, video and recording, that's if you kind of want the video and the audio together, which you could do a rating scale like that as well. So maybe we can do one together with the audio and the video, and we'll kind of create our own. And so right here, I'm going to click my projects. I'm going to start to edit. My media, this has everything that I've ever uploaded to WeVideo to use. I've been trying to use folders a lot more because it becomes really messy, especially when you start to use WeVideo a lot. Where we got the animal photos is called stock media. And so this is a premium feature of WeVideo. And we love it. Like our kids can create really cool videos with that stock media because they can do birds. And what I like to do is I like to use this filter button and I can quickly find images, videos, and I can also go to audio files. And so then I can hear that bird or I can watch that video and then you just drag it to your timeline. And again, we want to keep these kind of short because we're kind of making them like a GIF because we don't want to watch a 5-minute video of somebody's emotion. No offense, anybody, but we have a lot of emotions to get through. So that is one way is, again, you just find what you want, you drag it. For this activity, you don't really need video 2. You just need one video line because you're not layering. It's a quick activity. It should take 3 minutes or less. And again, you shouldn't need that layering feature. So you shouldn't need like both video parts. I am going to then go back to my media and right here, I'm going to record. To record, you can do your webcam, your screen, or you can do your screen and your webcam. Since I'm showing my emotion, I want to use my webcam. And I don't know if this is going to work because my webcam is being used for Zoom, but it does work. Yay. And so then I can kind of start to record and I can show my emotion. So I can be like, and then I can hit stop. And then I save it and there's my happy emotion. And then I want to mute my audio because I'm going to kind of use another audio clip. And so right here, I'm going to go back to my stop motion. I'm going to type in happy. And again, I like to use these filters and I want to go to audio. Oh. And that's the one I'm going to pick for today. And then I like to take my little time. I don't know what this is exactly called. Time button, timeline, I think. And I'm going to cut the audio because I want it to go as long as my video. And I don't want like it to go on forever. Okay. And then once you're all done, you hit finish. And then you can rename this. And then I export it. And I just export it to WeVideo because I'm going to download it and add it to my slide deck. Now with Chromebooks, our students usually save it to their drive. And then when they're in the slide deck, they import the video from their Google Drive. That's just a little bit easier for them, but I'm on a Mac. So I'm just going to go ahead and download it. Did I skip any steps in our demo so far, Ashley? Okay. And so then on our shared slide deck, I'm going to go here and I am feeling happy. So I'm going to add my emotion right to this slide deck. And it might not be ready yet. And I might have to add it to my Google Drive. See, I used to click the Google Drive button all the time. And then when Google was like, we're not giving you unlimited space anymore, I stopped, which is not good because it's such a nice feature. Videos. And hopefully it's there soon. And so I just went to insert video, and then my video should be in my drive because I just added it and it says that it's there. But again, it could take some time to kind of come over. Let's see here. And so that's the quick demo. You're going to have 3 minutes to show your emotion. So right here is a slide deck. We just threw it into the chat. And we want you to kind of help and create with us. Show your emotion. How are you feeling today? Have you learned a lot? Is your cognitive load overloaded? Are you excited to keep learning? Maybe you feel sad, like something happened. Create a GIF and start to or make a sound file. So you're going to have 3 minutes. Also, we make our own timers. And so if you are interested, we put the link in the chat. We use WeVideo to create these timers. So if you're like, oh, I really need custom timers for my classroom, you can learn how to use them, or you can use our playlist because we're kind of addicted, right? Or I'm addicted right now.
Oh, you'll see a great variety on Twitter.
Yeah, just right now during the summer. Oh, perfect. Yeah, if you're using a cell phone, you can definitely add later. And right there, you can kind of see we've got 3 minutes. So go ahead and log into WeVideo and practice making either a GIF of your emotion, a GIF of something, maybe like cake, or a sound file. And then I'm going to throw, Ashley put it in the chat. It's the Let's Create Together. Oh, that was a wrong link. I'm going to throw that one again. There you go, Ricky. We have about 90 seconds left. And if you can't get your audio, your video, your GIF, whatever you created to load, just add it later. Because it looks like I'm having some issues with, it's probably because I have so much going on right now.
And probably because everybody's on WeVideo today.
Yeah. Well, I had no issues with WeVideo. It was pretty strong.
Well, that's good. Mine is really slow, so I'm not able to do this yet.
Yeah, so feel free to add it later and we can go back and look at all of them. Feel free to post them on Twitter and tag us if you want as well. So we make the GIF and the sounds in WeVideo, but then we like app smash and use Google Drive because we save the video to Google Drive. So that way the students can go to insert video, and then they can grab their video from WeVideo. It creates like a folder for them. And in the folder, the folder is called WeVideo, and all of their creations from WeVideo go in that folder, which is really nice because if you look at a student's drive, it's pretty crazy. So everything goes in that folder. And what's nice is when they click that insert video, it's most recent. And so their most recent one will go there. Oh, this is fun.
I love that one.
Oh, that's so fun.
That's definitely how I felt this morning.
Yeah. And then we like to use Google Slides sometimes to have the kids put their GIFs. Sometimes we already have them made and we just go around and ask other teachers to create them, or use maybe even just photos if we're not able to create or get GIFs very quickly. But it is just a great way to get that social and emotional check-in. And on this slide, if you do need more, it's a need more page. This is a video that goes over a ton of social emotional check-ins. So feel free to also review this. And then there's a Wakelet link to the YouTube description. And you can see all of the different social emotional ideas or templates, and they're all linked here. So like, here's an example using Google Forms. This one is not using WeVideo, but the kids just quickly pick what they're feeling on a scale of Grinch. Okay, and I'm pretty sure our timer went off.
I think it did too, but it was silent, so we couldn't hear it.
I know. And then how do you set it up in Google? We'll walk through that on the next demo. So we're going to do another demo and we'll kind of walk through how to link it and sync it with Google. So the next part is the reflection part. Oh, man. Okay. And so again, we got on a scale of 1 through 6, and feel free in the chat, let us know, how are you feeling today? Are you happy? Are you angry? Let us know what number. And again, all of these GIFs are made in WeVideo. So you can kind of see, again, they're made in WeVideo. There's another slide deck, and we're going to collaborate in this slide deck as well. And what you're going to do is you're going to decide, how are you feeling today? And so if you're feeling happy, you're going to go to the happy slide and you're going to add your GIF here. And so everybody that's happy is going to be on that same slide. Everybody that is feeling okay is going to be on that same slide, and so on. And so you're going to go into WeVideo this time and you're going to try to use, so if I go to create new, I'm going to do a GIF this time. So actually go back. I'm getting click happy. Create new. And this time I'm going to create a GIF. And kids love GIFs. I know this is an SEL session, but one of my ELA teachers, we had a lot of fun. I went in with them and we co-taught using GIFs with the theme of a book. And it was The Outsiders. And so the kids were using like different quotes from the book, and they were using different stock media to explain what the theme was. And again, it was just a really cool activity, and they were able to make those different connections to the story. So stock media. And again, I'm feeling pretty happy. I hope I'm going to find like something fun in here. That one doesn't move. Okay, ice cream makes me happy. That one looks really good. Okay, so I'm not going to do sound this time, but again, if I wanted to do sound, I just kind of go to audio. And I could add that to my file, but I'm not going to. And then I hit finish. You rename it. And I always rename it because, again, as kids get creating, you'll want them to name it. Right here on this screen, there is a Google Drive symbol. This is how you connect it to your Google Drive. And then I hit export, and it will automatically save to your Google Drive. If you don't have that button, your WeVideo admin will have to turn it on. So you will need to talk to your tech department or whoever is in charge of WeVideo and ask them to turn it on. You can also turn on like YouTube and other exports. We do not turn that on for students, but our teachers do. So you can set up different sharing based on the user and based on what people need. And so that's kind of nice, but you do have to go in and you will have to say like, this person is a teacher, this person's a student. And so what I do is I usually have my teachers email me once they have that their login done and tell me, hey, I created an account, and then I upgrade them to a teacher. And so my video is adding, and again, you're gonna go in, pick how you're feeling, grab a sticky note, type your name on it, and then add your GIF to your sticky note. And we'll do another 3 minutes. And there's a question in the chat. Yes, this is a Google slide. We use Google Slides a lot. And I honestly love that you can have everybody in one Google slide at once. And we do use the revision history if we need to. And then also with Google Slides, there's this option over here. It's called the grid view. I can see everybody working in real time. So I can quickly go in and see, okay, this little, I don't know what animal, raccoon is on slide number 8. And I'm able to see where that student is. And I'm like, why is he jumping around so much? And then I can go talk with that student. Hey, are you having issues focusing today? Do you need to go for a walk? And again, I just like that this can build that community connection in my classroom.
It also gives you a quick snapshot too of how people are feeling, because you can see the emotions and how many post-its are going in each category. So I like to see it too, because then it gives me a quick way to see, oh, wow, this many people feel tired today, or happy, or stressed, or bored. And maybe I can kind of gravitate towards that area of the classroom when we're working on the activity.
And I love that I'm going back to the other slide deck in this emotion. Love it. You guys are doing awesome. All right, about a minute left to get your emotion onto our board. And I like to set timers too for kids. It just kind of helps them focus and to get the task done in that amount of time. And so I'll just kind of be like, hey, 3 more minutes or 2 more minutes, and then they can refocus on the task. They can check the time and see, and it just kind of helps us with classroom management and keeping students on track. And then right here, we love, again, on a scale, and this one's a really fun one. It's tacos. So if you want this resource, you can click that link. There's a YouTube video on how to create it. It also kind of walks through, Ronald, how to set up the Google slide. So feel free to watch that resource. But all we do is we find a template. Typically, we go to Slides Mania because we love Paula and she is amazing. So normally we go to the website Slides Mania. Once we find a template, we just set up our slides, and then on the share button, we make sure that anybody can edit. If I was doing this with kids, I would keep it in the school domain, so anybody in Pickerington School District can edit. Or I would assign this in Google Classroom. All of my students in that class can edit. So there's a couple different ways that you can set that up.
All right, the next section is all about coping. We hope you also enjoy these animated Bitmoji backgrounds that we made just for you guys. So enjoy those title slides as well, as a little level of engagement. Let's look at some different ways to help your students with coping. So on this board, there's pictures of animals, and on each picture, you'll notice that it gives a coping skill kind of related to that picture. So it teaches students the importance of coping skills and how animals can use them too. So for this activity, students would pick 3 of the coping skills, and they would explain how to use them and why they are helpful. And they would make a video in WeVideo with their reflections and responses. I actually have these pictures up in school on a bulletin board. Students love them. It's just a fun way to connect with their emotions and animals. Here's another way that students can identify their emotions, and it's with their zones. There's 4 different zones. You can see in each zone, it shows the character from Inside Out, an awesome movie about emotions if you haven't seen it, and the emotions related to that zone and character. So for this activity, you would first have to explain the zones, and students have to have an understanding of that. And then the students would make a video to illustrate the zone that they are in. And they're giving clues about why they're in that zone. So instead of going on and on and on about a long reflection about how they feel, they could give like word clues or color clues or clues with like sounds or images or gifts. So they're giving quick clues about how they feel and why they're in that zone. And then they're going to explain coping skills that they could use to maybe improve their zone. And then another activity that students can do for coping is to look at the stressors. Again, they have to know what a stressor is. So they would click on the button that has a stressor, like losing a game. Our students hate to lose, especially basketball. They think basketball time outside at recess is like NBA time. So you have to explain to them that losing is okay, but that is a big stressor to students. So they would drag the buttons that are stressors for them to the cookie sheet. And after they have identified things that really bother them or push their buttons, then they would make a stop motion video to talk about this stressor and a coping skill that they could use to help with their reflection. Now, this is a video on YouTube to show how to stop motion and how it works. And Stephanie made this. She did such a good job. And it's supposed to be like inhaling and exhaling and teaching about breathing. So again, this is stop motion in slides. And there is a video to teach you, I believe, how to make stop motion that I will put in the chat for you. That way you know how to do it if you want to teach your students. And the idea of stop motion is that you are creating the same slide over and over again and changing like one aspect about it. Think of like comic books when you're a kid. If you like flip through them really fast, you would see different changes in the pictures. But with this stop motion, the breathing, she just changed one element each time to create this beautiful illustration for a breath, the inhale and the exhale. Oh, I just love it. And even the colors are so perfect too, Steph. So relaxing. So again, we will drop that in the chat. That way you know how to create for your students. And there's also other helpful videos too, to kind of help you get inspired with using stop motion. Students will love to do this. It's quick, it's easy. And once you teach them how to make those templates, they're going to hit the ground running and make lots of stop motion experiences for you.
And I think a really fun activity with your students could be have them create this in August. And then you collect all of their videos, create a YouTube playlist. And then every morning or every day after recess, whenever you know that your students just need to take a quick mental, break and just breathe, they can watch these videos and go through the playlist. So every day is a different video. And then maybe again, they recreate them. And they're not hard to make. I started with slide number 9 and I added all of these different shapes. And then I went to slide 8 and I deleted the biggest shape. Then I went to slide 7, deleted the second largest shape. And another example is on there too. It's this one right here. It's just a table in different colors. So I think just reminding them, hey, after lunch, we're going to do some quick 2-minute refresh, restart, and we're going to kind of meditate and just, they could put their heads down, they can watch the GIF kind of going or that stop motion just to relax. And so here is a longer how-to video if you're interested in creating this activity with your students. And so then the next one is take a break. Maybe. There we go. And so with take a break, students, again, they need maybe different breaks throughout the day. So having yoga, fitness, walking tours, and all of these are hyperlinked to different activities. So your students could create a yoga video, or you could use one already made and just have them go through the different activities that they're learning about. And again, your students could make these using WeVideo. Right here is like a fitness one. There's walking tours. Maybe they could do a walking tour of their neighborhood or wherever they're at. Zoo trips. Maybe you have a student that goes to the zoo, or again, there's students that have never been to the zoo. So we can use a video to take them there. Different coloring ones and activities that they can do to relax. And then after they do these different activities as a break, maybe they make a podcast to reflect on that activity. So they can write notes about the episode, how they felt before the brain break, where their level was at. They can talk about during the brain break, what they did. And then after the break, how they felt. And in a lot of our schools in Pickerington, we have a smart lab. And the smart lab, the students go in and it takes their, I believe, heart rate, and it measures their heart rate at where it's at. Once it has that rate, and there's a lot of research that shows, the higher, the worse. And with that, then the students go in and they use their multiple intelligence to find an activity that will calm them down. And so some of those activities are back on that one slide. They might be doing yoga. Some students might color. Some students need a puzzle. And again, it's using that multi-intelligence to really dig into what that student needs. And then after they are finished with that activity in the smart lab, they get their heart rate and see if it went down. And if it did, then they're able to go back to class. And we have been able to have a lot of different students be able to participate back in class quickly because they're able to kind of go, take a break, and then they can go back to class. Also right here with this podcast guide, maybe before the kids go back to class, they do a quick reflection. How I felt before that brain break, what I did after the brain break, this is how I feel. And then like a thanks for listening. So again, they can use WeVideo to create podcasts and just to kind of think about how are they feeling and how are they growing.
Danielle, I know that you mentioned that it would be great for teachers to have those rooms. I 100% agree. And some of our schools in Pickerington do have a space for teachers, especially just to relax. And we've tried to create more relaxing spaces for them to unwind, especially with the teachers' lounges. So yes, Teachers matter too and need places to unwind and to have self-care. All right, the next section, what a perfect transition, is going into a calm space. So we're going to show you how you can create one digitally. So with a calm space, I know a lot of you might have seen the Bitmoji offices or classrooms. This is kind of related, except you don't see a Bitmoji in it, but there are clickable objects in there for SEL exploration, where if you click on the yoga mat, it takes you to yoga, or it takes you to the different fidgets that are on the shelves, and students can explore those types of breathing or the types of fidgets to use. And it's very relaxing and stimulating. And as you explore throughout this slide, most of the objects you see on there are clickable. And it's kind of fun to see where they take you for then some activities to kind of help clear your mind and get your mind and body ready for learning. So for this activity, students would create their own calm space, and they would think about the objects that they want to have in the calm space. I would suggest that they use Google Slides to do this activity. So they would find some backgrounds, find some images, and then we've actually shown where to find some of these on the next slide. It says, here are some room templates. And here are places to find objects and decor, because it can be hard to get started and not know like how to develop your room. So click on the room templates and click on the objects. Do you want to go to the room, Stephanie, the other tab?
It's still loading.
I know it's taken so long, but we're so patient. Sometimes technology can just force us to be so patient. So this is the room templates, and in here it's a forced copy, so you can find whatever background you want, even though you can't see them right now. I promise you, they look so cool. But students would just click on the one that they wanted, and then they would incorporate that background into their classroom. Oh, now we're getting some. So it already has like the walls created for you. Oh, this one is great for like reading or the library. How fun. It's very relaxing if students like to read to relax. Yes, they could just create on these free templates and then add their own objects or add their picture, or you could show them how to make a GIF of themselves in Weave Video, and they could have that in there. It's so fun. And here are some objects too, where all those different categories they could click on to get different objects to add to their room. Lots of fun choices. So that's how students could create a room. And then so step one is creating the room. Step two is then using Weave Video to make a screencast or a screen recording of what they created. All right, next up is our last section.
And so then be inspired. And this one's a really fun one just to kind of help with your classroom culture. Have kids create videos. And again, they use Weave Video. And now with that Weave Video extension, they're going to be able to click it and make videos a lot faster. And so maybe they want to create a video to say, thank you. What helps me? I'm thankful for. What makes me happy? And again, they can use them, or they can use the stock media that is already in Weave Video to create their own videos. This is also really good for staff. Take a moment out of your PD and have your staff create thank you letters to another teacher or someone that has really helped them. I think sometimes we get so busy and we forget to just thank people. So right here is just some really great ways that kids can do it, your staff can do it. And again, the videos, after we had like an innovation conference this year, and I created a video to thank everybody that presented, and the amount of responses I've got, like, oh my God, like this was better than a card. This, because they can hear your tone, they can see your face. And it took me maybe like 30 seconds for every video just to say, hey, I really want to say thank you for coming and presenting at the innovation conference. I really like that you shared this about your thing, or I'm getting a lot of questions from my teachers about this. And I am just so appreciative that you took the time to do that. And just people were just thankful that we took the moment to do that. And again, video allows you to kind of see the person. Again, you can have the students use stock media, and then you could send it if you have like a parent volunteer or somebody else. You can also add music or graphics into it.
Or you could make a vision board where you could just click on this vision board and it will force a copy for you. And within this copy, there's directions on the first slide. So explaining what a vision board is, how to make the vision board by inserting pictures and words and GIFs. And there's even a sample board of Winnie the Tortoise. She is our school pet. So I thought she deserved one. So I made one for her. But you also see back on slide 1, it shows the component using Weave Video, where students would first make the vision board in the classroom. And then once they are ready to share, then they would share their vision board with a partner. And then when they're making a video, they're not making a video of their vision board, they're making a video showcasing their partners. So they just learned all these wonderful things about their partner, and then they're going to then showcase all these special things in a more personalized video for their partner. So it's just a fun get to know you activity. Students can add their own fun images, pictures, special things about them. Off to the side, it gives you examples of what they could add. You can even drag the pins to each area, but show the students how to customize the sections, really bring their vision board to life, and then it's very special with sharing. So that's a vision board.
And then another idea is using the wall of good vibes. So making a wall with just different video links, QR codes, and you can have kids, go and scan those different cards, and maybe it's testing time and they go and scan that, and it's a pep talk about, hey, you've got this, you're amazing. There was a kid this year that was having like a breakdown. He was virtual all year and he loved that environment, but he had to come to school for testing, and he started to kind of have a little panic attack. And I wish, like, hey, go scan this QR code, and then it would pump him up to be like, oh, someone does believe in me, like this person, they made a video just for me. And so I think during those times we can create those different videos and have the kids scan them, and there's a positive message that's going around. And then I know there was a question in the chat, and it was about adding a Google slide to WeVideo. Right here, let's see if I can open it up. With our breathing technique, you can see these are images from Google Slides. So if you're in a Google slide and I go to File, Download, and then a PNG, it takes like a screenshot and makes this slide an image. And so what you can see right there is then I upload all these different images, and I can create my stop motion GIF or video this way as well. And then this one's really long, and I would want it to go a little bit faster, because if a kid's trying to follow this breathing, they're like, so I would want to like go into each of these and just make them really small so that way they go faster. But that is one way. So again, in Google Slides, you can take it, download it as a PNG, and then upload those PNG files to WeVideo, and then you can add all of those files into WeVideo. And if there's any other questions, let us know in the chat. And keep asking questions if you guys have them, but thank you so much for attending. Again, feel free to follow us on Twitter, and if you have a question, DM us is probably the easiest way to get a hold of us. So just follow us on Twitter and then send us a DM, and we will try to help you or answer any questions or share any resources or any kind of things that you guys might need. And then if you want more, you can subscribe and follow Gold EDU. And we are always creating fun videos. We just did a make and take session on creating Google Sites. So that was a lot of fun, and you can kind of see on here, there's a ton of different sessions that we do. So if you're interested in learning more, you can use that as a resource as well.
Stephanie, we did it. We have 2 minutes to spare.
Guess what we can do for those 2 minutes?
Oh, I think we can play a game.
Yeah, we wanted to do this before, but we didn't know how long we could log into the Zoom. But we also love to play games with our students. So this one right here, it's called Is This Cake? And again, we like to do these before any kind of meet, because once we can do a game, it usually opens up kids to share how they're feeling or what's going on with their life. So maybe we can play a couple rounds. We probably won't get through the whole game, but in the chat, you're just going to let us know, is this cake?
And just for ease, you could type yes or no.
Yeah, and hopefully you don't see any of those answers. All right. Oh, is that cake? And again, the kids love these games, and we wanted to play before the video session just to kind of have some fun, play some music, you know, that kind of stuff, just to hype them up. And they love this. And yes, it is cake. All right, this one, is it a banana or is it cake?
I don't know. That one's tough.
That one is tough. It is cake. It's chocolate cake. Oh, umbrella or cake?
I hope that is not cake. It looks a little stringy.
I don't know if I would want to eat it. It's not like, oh, this one's not cake.
Oh, thank goodness.
Like this one, would you eat this if it was cake? The whole time I would be thinking like toilet.
It's toilet paper. It's gotta be, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but it's cake.
It's like a raspberry one, it looks like. Is this one cake? Getting a lot of no's.
I know, I noticed that too. Oh, now we're getting some more yeses.
This one is cake.
Oh, it has like a dirt topping on it.
This one I think I could eat.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, this shoe.
It looks a little dry. Oh, cake or a shoe?
Yes, no. You can't vote like twice. It's either yes or no. This one is not cake. Oh, soap.
I don't remember if that was cake or not.
This
I'm
one,
gonna guess soap.
I think it's cake. Yeah.
Oh, it is
like
cake.
It's marble.
Oh.
And I want to know, like,
fancy.
what did they use for this foam?
Some sort of a ring. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, we got a piano or cake. I agree, Jason. These are some amazing cake artists. And these links to these slides are in the speaker notes on the slide deck. So if you want to use these with your students, feel free. There's also a Google form. You can make a copy or you can use ours. I don't really care. But sometimes we'll have the kids put in the Google form if we don't have like a live chat, like if we're not on Google Meet or something like that. And this one is not cake. Pizza or cake?
Oh, we got it. Ew.
How many of you are going to go eat cake after this? And this one is cake. And then this one, and I think we're getting close to the end.
I think
Okay, a couple more, two more. This one and then another one. Ew.
Yeah, I'm hoping that one's a book bag and not cake.
This one is a book bag.
Oh,
'cause that
thank
looks
goodness.
cute. All right, yoga mat or cake? I was hungry until I saw the pizza cake.
Ebony, that game
Oh,
is so much fun, and it is still as much fun as it was the first time I played it with my students. I'm so glad that you showed me that game and that we got to play it today.
and this one is not cake. And again, the kids love it. And it just, like once we play a game, it opens them up to share more. And they're ready to talk. And it's just funny because they'll debate, like, you really thought that was cake? And it's just a fun game that you can play beforehand. But thank you so much for joining us again. I'm going to put our contact information up one more time in case you want to connect with us. Again, feel free to use any of our resources, or if you need anything, reach out.
Yes, thanks for being here and participating and playing cake with us. That was really fun. We had a great session today, and it was all because of you. So thank you, everybody, for being here.